Hey, what's up, guys? It's Hustlers Horizon Podcast, and we are back with another episode 12. Like we say all the time, this is just flying by, and we're having a lot of fun with it. Now, today, we have a good friend of ours, James Pompa with Bomb City Media, in my opinion, is the best videographer in the area, and probably just around in general, honestly. James, how you doing today?
I am doing well, and that's such a great intro. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's been a great day. I've been out of the sun for the last 3 hours, so I'm kind of drained right now.
That's the sun will do it to you. Did you put any sunscreen on?
No, see, someone told me that yesterday. I really needed to consider putting sunscreen on.
I feel like a parent. Did you make sure to put your sunscreen on today?
No, you're absolutely right. So, like, even still today, my dad tells me to put earplugs in because I be going to the weddings and they have the music really loud.
Music.
But that's smart, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is, though.
You look a little darker, so.
I do look a little darker, which is great. Yeah, I need a tan. It's about to be summer, so this is great. It's great for me, actually.
You're getting the tan, but you're also getting very tired. But hey, you're putting in the work. Like I said, what we were saying is, like I said, in my opinion, and I'm sure a lot of people agree, you are the best videographer that I know. I've known you for years. You've the first time we met, you did music videos for me. I've seen you do commercials. You've brought me in to do some voiceovers and stuff. So let's talk about that. How long ago did you start this, and like what made you just take that jump into videography?
I like to say that I started from like a young age, just seeing my dad with our family camcorder, and this is how long ago it was. Everything was on tape, the little tapes.
Yeah.
So he would just like record us when we go on family vacations and just hanging around the house. So I think I naturally wanted to become a videographer because, like, in high school, I just started recording me and my friends, like, break dancing and just hanging out, doing... Yeah. I remember Jackass, the TV show, was very popular, so we found ourselves doing a lot of, like, Jackass-related stuff. It was funny, but I think it really started to, like... I really started to pursue videography when I met a gentleman by the name of John Galloway.
John Galloway.
Yeah, from Creative Canon, and... he was looking for some breakdancers because you remember the Dorito commercial? Mm-hmm. Do you remember that? So it was it's like 2014, 2015. But he needed some breakdancers because at the time during the Super Bowl, Doritos would have a competition, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like you can make a short commercial or promo video, whatever it is, and then if it's good enough, they'll put it on during the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it used to be a very popular thing, but I think they stopped doing it because then you got bigger companies trying to come in here.
Always, yeah.
Yeah, so you got people with like $100,000 budget coming in and just making like these home run.
Taking over,
videos. But yeah, so I hung out with John, and I just started doing some like setting up the lights, just hanging out with them, setting up the lights, helping like being the second hand on the music video scene. And from there, it just kind of flourished to where it is now. I quit my day job in 2015. I used to work at High Plains Dermatology Center. And I used to be a file clerk, right? So I kind of felt like I was... I know, right? And it was so much fun. I was the only guy there. Oh, wow. And those women, like, you know, when it was my birthday, you know, the whole desk was decked out.
Decorated.
Yeah, everyone would give me their, like, leftover food. It was a hard place to stop working. But I grew up there. Like, I really appreciate it because I had a horrible work ethic up to that point. But so after High Plains Dermatology Center, I quit my day job, worked for Creative Canon for a little bit, worked for another company called Y Marketing for a little bit, and then in 2018 just started doing things
Your
solo.
own thing?
Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely. And
where are those companies out of here?
Yeah, they were both out of here.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't know if they're still in business. I think they're both still in business, possibly.
I can only imagine. It's a tough, I would imagine it's a tough industry to be in. A lot of people need that. They need it. I mean, we're seeing it now. I think more now. And you did the right thing, but you started 2018 and you just have stuck with it.
Right. And
it's your content just continues to get better and better. Yeah. I mean, it's always been good in my eyes, but then I just see you keep elevating. So you did the right thing by sticking with it because now the market is crazy for it.
Absolutely.
And people know you now. So when they need a commercial, it's, hey, let's get James over here. And my favorite thing, though, about James is whenever you go and do a shoot or whatever, your personality. You're just funny. You're energetic. You bring the energy. You bring the fun. You help people kind of break out of their shell. Because I remember when I filmed my first music video with him, that was my first time. I'm like, I actually have a videographer like who does this. Yeah, I was a little nervous, but we had fun. Yeah, and from there we just became friends. You know, that's that. Now we're great friends till this day. And so that is what I feel like sets you apart is just bringing that fun and bringing the personality. That's what people buy. Yeah. They buy you. Like, how do you treat them? Right. What energy do you bring around? And so that's been my favorite thing about James with Bomb City Media.
I think that was my favorite part too, like the energy you brought and stuff. Yes. Whenever we were shooting that video the other day. Oh, most that was fun. And everybody that I've talked to that's worked with you, they're like, he's different. Like, he makes you feel comfortable. And your work's just amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you guys for saying that. You guys are so nice. But I just have a lot of passion for what I do.
Yeah, it's clear to see. Yeah,
and I think I'm here to serve people right now with videos, if that makes sense. Yeah, you know what I mean. So,
what about your energy, bro? Like, where does that come from? Like, because you're always, even in our BNI group, he walks in, the room changes. Mm-hmm. Where do you get that from? Or where does that come from?
I think it's been just for me being cooped up in my office for so long, and now when I get around people, I'm like excited.
You explode.
I'm happy to be around other people, happy to be out of the office, and like I've told you before, you've heard it. Like I've been to other BNI groups, and it was just something about the Lone Star leaders that just really clicked with me, and I really vibed with everybody. Yeah. So I don't know, you guys make the energy. I kind of feel like the people around me, I just go off the vibes. And everybody that I'm around.
If you're comfortable, then you start.
Absolutely.
You start
but
doing your own
I don't know, man. You know what? You need to get some sleep. You know what I mean? I had to get a root canal last year, and my doctor walked in, and this guy's looking super young. So I had asked, like, how old are you? And he said 38, which is my same age, the same age as me. But he looked way younger than me. So I had asked him, like, what do you do? What's your regimen? Yeah. He said he gets 8 hours of sleep.
What were you getting at that time?
Man, it's crazy because if you think about it, he said that doctor said he woke up at 6. So which means if he got 8 hours, he goes to bed like at 10? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I find myself still working sometimes.
Dude, me too. 10. We had that conversation with Haley.
Yeah.
She's like, you have to get at least 7 or 8 hours of sleep. I was like, when do I find the time? I would have to go to bed like at 7.
No, absolutely. It is crazy. Like, where do you find the time? And that just goes to show like how disciplined like the doctor and Haley are. Like, holy crap, to be in bed.
They're disciplined because I mean, and it's everyone's approach to how they run their business and stuff. Yeah. Because some of them, like Pedro says, at night, that's whenever his mind just goes off.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And so it's. I noticed there was some nights where it's like, okay, you stay up, and especially when you have a passion for something. Yeah, when you have a passion, you love what you do. It's like I just need 3 or 4 hours of sleep because tomorrow I get to do this all over again. Right. But eventually it does catch up to you because I've caught myself here lately, like trying to break that, get into a new routine of going to bed early and stuff. And now I love it. As I was telling him, sometimes if I don't have anything to do in the evenings, I get off of work, go home, take a shower, and I'm in bed by like 6 o'clock.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Actually,
put on some Law and Order, and I'm gone. I'm done.
Law and Order. Heck
that's the new thing now. But it's just building those habits. Now, James, I want to ask you. So you've been doing this, of course, for a while. And where do you see yourself? And I know everyone loves to live in the moment, but what is the vision within even the next 5 years for you?
Well, I think I've told both of you guys, and I'm going to tell everybody, I want to make movies. I want to write and direct movies, whether it's like a short indie film, short films, like a big budget. But yeah, I want to take that step in the direction to write and direct films. So that'd be awesome.
What steps do you need to take for that? Have you looked into it? Anything like that?
I think, thank goodness, we live in a time where you can just come out with YouTube videos and then you'll land a gig like that. Like that one scary movie that's Talk to Me. It's the scary movie where you grab the dead hand, and you hold on to it for like 60 seconds. Anyways, the reason I'm bringing it up is because some YouTubers directed that, and that was their debut film, and they just knocked it out of the park. So
that would be cool. I mean, start on YouTube.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, start YouTube. And I used to do bits back in the day.
Yeah, I was about to say, you did.
Yeah, back in 2017, 2018, like maybe in the earlier days of like Snapchat and stuff like that, I used to do funny bits, And
are they still on YouTube?
No, they were all on Snapchat. They were all on Snapchat.
I was in a few of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it was cool. I mean, at that time, I had a lot more time. So I was constantly like hitting up people like, hey, let's participate.
Yeah. Well, which one did y'all do? What was it?
It was one with Beetlejuice. I know that one. Yeah, we were like either detectives.
Yeah, we were detectives.
Yeah, we were detectives. And Derek was scared of this person that he was looking for, and then he shows me a picture, and it's Beetlejuice. Oh, the guy Beetlejuice.
Yeah, the little the short guy. Have you seen Beetlejuice?
The guy with the big eyes?
Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
So I like in the skit, I'm scared. Like this dude's he's dangerous.
Exactly.
He's killed people like with a fork, and he goes, just show me this guy, and it's Beetlejuice. So
exactly. And it's funny, and it's funny. A lot of the things that we did were just like on the whim, and that's probably the best part about it. And I think that was the greatest part about doing these bits is it's just it was a way to like flex my creative muscle.
That's exactly what we did, because you would call me up or whatever, and I would be there when you'd get other people together for a skit, and it's like, so what are we doing? It's like, let's just think of something. Let's do it. I mean, he even had Chorizo, the little, was it the squirrel?
Yeah, I still have him actually. Yeah.
What is it?
It's Chorizo. He's we had used him when I was with Creative Canon in a commercial. It's just like a squirrel, a fake squirrel. But I would have him in my bits, right? So he became like a popular
everyone knew
character. It was crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. So
that sounds fun.
I know. I plan to get back onto it, right? So I'm planning this summer to get back on social media and doing the bits again. And I'm going to most definitely hit YouTube.
Well, we've been trying to utilize that at work with Excel and everything.
Because I see this stuff. Yeah.
Everyone's like, this, that's cringy, which it is, but it's funny, like it's creative.
Yes, no, I totally agree with you. Yeah, so like, we
were going to do a giveaway, $1,500 giveaway.
Holy crap.
And then he was just going to like, just say, hey, we're giving away whatever.
Like $1,500 cash?
Yeah.
Holy crap! Okay.
So I was like, let's make it like into a commercial or something.
Like
a video.
Yeah.
And we did it, bro. And it seemed kind of cringy, but at the end, like it was worth it. I think it's cool.
It got a lot of good feedback and stuff. So and what you saying that you want to get into filming, like short films and stuff, I feel like a lot of people feel like you have to go to a bigger market for that, which sometimes is true.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's so much talent here.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's so many things you can do here.
Absolutely.
That there's actors here. There's people that'll be willing to jump in these skits or these bits that you have, or even a short film.
I totally agree.
Me included. I would love to be in that. Get my time to shine. So, but to be able to do that in this market, though, I think that'd be awesome. So I really hope you pursue that this summer.
Oh yeah.
Because like I said, everyone feels like they have to go to the bigger markets. They have to, which it's cool in some cases.
Right.
But like I said, you want to utilize the talent we have here, and I feel like that's what we need to do, because not only do you put yourself on the map, you're putting everyone else on the map.
Absolutely.
And then that can lead into bigger roles for you and bigger things for you.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I'm excited to see that. That'll be
cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential here. Like, there's a lot of great talent here all around, from doing videos to people who do music. There's a lot of talent here.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talent here, too. I like it. And I know, like, we come from the flatlands, but there's a lot of inspiration here in Amarillo, quite honestly.
Yeah. What's one of your best scenes that you've shot before, or videos that you've done?
Man,
do you have a specific one?
The Valdez roofing one, that was pretty cool.
We can't say that here, bro.
I mean, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
Bleep that out, right?
You got the
Yeah, no, exactly.
I don't know which one it is.
But I don't know. Like, I just like anybody that allows me to let me take the creative will, because a lot of times a lot of people have their ideas, and that's fine, but
you like to do your own style.
I like to do it, absolutely, because I kind of feel like that's why you're asking me, because
to do it, like the one we did the other day,
and that's probably going to be on my list because it looks very dope. It's like I'm trying to become more cinematic with these commercials, just because I even shot it with an anamorphic lens, right? So it has those 16:9 bars. I mean, you'll see what I'm talking about, but I do have like a top 10 list, and like all of them are like music videos. I'll tell you the number one best time on a music video was these guys from Borger.
From Borger?
Yeah, Jason and Hyman and this dude named Angel. And man, those guys get down.
Yeah,
we were on the back side of Lake Meredith, and they just have all the ATVs and all the four-wheelers.
Cool. Yeah.
But all that was in the music video, and they had like 100 people in attendance. It was wild. They had a band go out there, and they were playing Mexican music, food,
getting down.
Yeah, it was wild, and that's probably like my number one best time on a video shoot.
That's good. Where can you see that? Is it on?
I think it's on YouTube right now. Cool. J Signs.
Signs. We'll check it out for sure.
No, absolutely, yeah. And it was like when I first got my Black Magic too, so it's like all crazy. It's like I'm trying to become a better color corrector, color artist, right? So I don't know about you guys, but sometimes like when I feel down, you know what I mean? I go and watch some of my old work, you know, and I really see the progression there. So I'm like, wow, I guess I am like becoming better.
Better and better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the best thing to do is you, and you hit it right there too. If you ever doubt your progression or whatever, it's good to have those things to go back and look at. Absolutely. I mean, I do that with music as well because I'll listen to stuff and I was like, at the time I was like, it might sound rough, and I hear it now and I'm like, that was rough. But we've come a long way.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's just, you have to have those things. You have to keep them on there. I want to ask you though, so being in this industry, right, in a business, nothing's a guarantee, right? And so there is those ups and downs, but what did you do and how has that been for you to just keep pushing? Knowing it's not a guarantee, but I feel like when it's a passion, you're going to keep pushing for it. But I want to hear like how did you work through that to get to where you are now? Because I feel like now you're always busy.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
I think just kind of learning from your mistakes, quite honestly.
Yeah.
When I was in the 3rd grade, my dad told me, and it's crazy because I don't know how old you are in the 3rd grade, but I'm 38 now and it still resonates with me today. He told me to never be afraid to fail. And I think, you know, failure is totally how you become better. So
yeah, for sure.
I just, you know, learning from your mistakes and just keep going. I think if you understand that life has its ups and downs, you know, if life was easy, then we'd all be, you know what I mean, doctors and rich and stuff like that. But there's going to be bumps in the road. And I think just as long as you understand that not every day is going to be sunny, that you'll make it.
Yeah, man. Learning from your mistakes is actually one of the best assets you can have, you know, because you don't want to keep making those mistakes. How's your support system? Like, I know you're married, you have kids and stuff, but who has been like the most supportive with you in your business and the things you're doing?
Most definitely my family and my parents too. My parents, like, growing up, like, I had to find out that I was a crappy kind of kid and maybe like a crappy
That's what I said.
Young adult, you know what I mean?
I was too.
So, but I remember I always wanted to hear my parents tell me that they were proud of me, but I was not doing things that
would make them proud.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
yeah, that's cool, man.
I know. And I don't know. Yeah.
That's good to have that support system and just to keep the flow going.
Yeah, but I think my family and the community, like, because, you know, I've known Derek for a long time, but Pedro, you and I, we just barely known each other for like the last few months when I joined BNI. Yeah. But you're very supportive.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, you're very supportive. No, absolutely.
For sure.
Everybody in the BNI group, again, has been very supportive. So I think like it's the community that just keeps me going. I love Amarillo.
Dude, and you get those referrals that keep coming to you, right? That's what keeps you busy?
Absolutely, yeah. The BNI group has most definitely kept me busy the last few months. So I've been able to pivot from things that I was once doing and now just focus on, you know, the whole commercial thing. Which I really enjoy doing commercials because, again, like for your commercial, for example, you let me do what I want. Do whatever.
He's like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "Bro, just tell me what to do, what to say."
And that's I've noticed you have that in you, and you have that creative eye because you could just get to a shoot. He'll get to a shoot and ask me. He would ask me, and of course, I love videography. I love photography. So whenever at one point, he's like, dude, I love when I come and film something for you because you already know what you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
And but then through it, I was like, no, what do you think about this shot? So we would just bounce back and forth. But that was just different with me because I was like, I have my eye. I know it's my vision, and here's what I'm going to tell you. Let's just make it happen.
Yeah.
But for some people, it's like, I just make it come to life, and you have that. Like, you can get there. And I remember when y'all were sitting and having that meeting, he was telling you kind of what he's looking for, little points he wants to hit, and that's all it took for you. You didn't even really have to write much down. You said, cool, I know what I'm going to do. And then you come back. You come back like a day or two later, and you have this whole script just planned out already.
Right.
So I can tell that's just your mind. You just have a creative mind.
Right. I've gotten better at coming up with things on the spot. Like, I used to get nervous, like when somebody asked me, "Oh, what idea do you have?" And I used to sit there thinking about it. But now I've gotten better at like,
on the spot.
This. But I think it's because like. You know, when you and I, Pedro, went to lunch, you were talking about how you listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yes, yeah.
you know, because that's what you're interested in. And for me, when I'm editing, I have to have something playing in the background. And for me, it's a bunch of movies. And here recently, it's been a bunch of like 50s and 60s movies. Maybe a little, I watched Casablanca the other day. Such a powerful movie. Such a great movie. I want to recommend that. Lawrence of Arabia. Citizen Kane, which is another great movie. So I don't know, for whatever reason, I've been like diving into these old movies. But I think a lot of my ideas come from movies.
Yeah.
Which is cool to me.
To be able to edit a whole video while a movie's playing in the background, that's multitasking at its best. I couldn't do it, man. I'd be trying to watch what's happening the whole time.
Do y'all guys not listen to like music or anything while y'all work? Or
man, I'm podcast, bro. Like anytime I'm working out, podcast. I'm at work.
Music.
Podcast.
It's music for me.
Yeah.
It's especially if I know. Because I know myself, if I don't have, like, especially with my headphones on, if I'm at work and I know I got to get something done, if I don't have my headphones in and people walk in, I'm going to get distracted. We're going to start talking.
Yeah.
But if sometimes I put my headphones in and I just hear music, I shut everything out and I just lock in.
Mm-hmm.
At first, it was hard to be able to do that because it was like, I'm going to play music, but let me look through my phone at the same time. But now it's like, play the music, put your phone away to work.
Yeah.
And so it's everyone has those different things, but that's crazy. Like a movie playing while you're editing your own video. But like you said, you get your ideas from there. With that being said, who has been one of your biggest like inspirations? I guess, I know you've said you've met people at the beginning, but even now, and it doesn't even have to be someone that's in the industry itself, but who has been like one of your biggest inspirations that you've kind of like watched for years or for the last few years?
We'll go with a director. One of my favorite directors, if not my favorite director, is Wes Anderson. And he does like, I like his color palette. If you watch his movies, it's just really rich with color. So he has a lot of inspiration. And I know this is going to sound funny, but a lot of K-pop music videos.
Cake or gay?
K-pop.
K-pop.
Yeah, like Korean pop music, you know. Like their groups like that have like 6 to 7 members. I don't know. Like a lot of their directors, and I can't think of any off the top of my head, a lot of those guys are inspiration because I just love the way, because I think American music videos have become more simplified. I guess that's the best way to do it, which is great, right? Einstein said keep it simple, but those guys overseas are just so elaborate, and they pay real attention to detail.
Yeah.
If I could show you some music videos afterwards, y'all completely understand what I'm talking about. But a lot of people inspire me, quite honestly. Anybody that's just pursuing their dream, pursuing something bigger, that's such an inspiration to me too, because I kind of feel like we're in that same boat. We're in the same journey together.
Yeah, for sure. What we talk about work a lot and stuff, but what's some hobbies that you have that you like to do for fun?
Just hang out with just the fam. Honestly, when I have some free time, it's very rare these days, especially like during the summertime. You know, when the sun comes out, it gets a lot more busy. But just hang out. I like to go for walks. You know, go to the park and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. Yeah. I don't have no crazy hobbies. Which it would be cool to go skydiving though. Like to take that up. That'd be kind of sick, actually.
No, you can count me out.
Well, this is the thing, right? So like, I'm also afraid of heights. You know what I mean? But I kind of feel like that's like the biggest way to conquer your fear.
You want to master it. You want to master it.
Yeah. At least one time. It's on my bucket list.
That would be cool, man. I can't wait to see that video. I love when you see those videos of people. I'd be the one that passes out.
I'd be like,
see, that'd be crazy. Yeah. So like, well, you see, I'm so naive that I originally thought that you were to jump by yourself. But what is it? It's like tandem. Is that what they call it? When you jump with like an instructor, right? So, because you got to apparently reach a certain amount of jumps to like be qualified or certified.
I would not want to jump by myself because I'd be so scared I'd forget to pull the
parachute. Hey, well, can you imagine having that job like the instructor and just like 20 times a day just going up in the air and falling?
It's like nothing to them. They probably dream of that.
That's cool. It would be cool to be like a, what do you call it? Like a junkie, like a sports junkie.
Sports junkie. Yeah.
Like
adrenaline junkie.
Yeah, adrenaline junkie. That'd be kind of cool to like take up some hobbies like that, right? I'm too broke for all that, though.
Yeah. I'm too scared.
The only thing that would be broke is my bones.
Yo, that's a very good point, right? Because like back then, when you're like a young adult, you're like jumping off of roofs and just like doing. And now you think about it. Now you're like, yo, if I jump from here, will I injure myself? Right,
dude. I used to do some awesome tricks like on the trampoline when I was little.
Oh snap! Okay.
I went to the Air U probably like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And I tried to do a backflip, dude, and I landed on my neck. And my goodness. I could feel it. Like, I freaked out when I was in the air. And then my girl just walks off. She just ignored it. She's like, that was embarrassing. I was like, you're going to let me die?
She just landed on your neck.
Like, dude. But you think you can do all those things still. But, man, that's...
When's the last time you threw a football?
It's been a while.
I know it sounds like such an easy thing to do, but if you haven't thrown a football in a long time, boy.
I just threw one last week. I was in Lubbock passing the football with my brother, and I'm going with throwing spirals. I'm like, still got it. And then a little bit later, I'm like, I'm going to go inside now.
No, exactly. Hey, like, I don't know. It was like a few years. Maybe it was like during the pandemic, but I have a son who is 20 now, Brian. But we were having a competition, like jumping on top of the counter, because he was claiming that he could jump higher than me. So I jumped on a counter, and like the first time I did it, I like slipped and I hit my shin. But of course, being a dad, or you got to play it off, right? Yeah. So I had to do it again. But the next day, I jacked my shin up pretty bad. So
and I want to talk to you about. You used to breakdance.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
back in the days,
like legit breakdancer.
What would they like a b-boy?
Yeah,
b-boy. You spin on your head and do all that crazy stuff, man. How was that,
dude? It was really fun, and it was just a great way to bond with me and my friends. And then at that time, we would spend like literally hours, maybe like 8 hours of breakdancing, especially around the summer of 03, summer of 04. Did you ever go to the Hood? With all the arcade games and stuff? Mm-mm. I think maybe I met you like afterwards, like way after.
Yeah, because when I met you at that time, I knew you still like would dance and do stuff, but I didn't know like you used to like do it hardcore. Like,
that's pretty cool. Were you ever in any like music videos or anything?
No, other than that, I did go in a music video. There was this one guy named Dream a Kid, and he had. They had shot a scene with me doing jackhammers. So this is like you bounce around on one hand and your like elbows and your abdomen.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's about it. But we always, as a group, would travel to just different places around Texas, New Mexico, and Oklahoma to compete. We never won anything, or I've never personally won anything, but it was cool to go and compete and just to be in that atmosphere where there's like hundreds, if not thousands, of other people that are there for the same reason because they enjoy doing it. So it's great. I don't even know if they have roofing conferences. Do they not?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that like?
Man, we haven't been to one really, a big one. We went to one in Denver. I forget his name though. He used to be an ex-NFL player.
But he has a roofing company?
No, he does like motivational talking for salespeople.
Okay, yeah.
And one of our suppliers sponsored it, so we went and it was good, man. It was inspirational. But I haven't been to nothing like motivational. I haven't been to anything big.
I want to go. It is still one of my bucket list items. I want to go to a conference and hear Gary Vee.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear.
Yeah, I would too. He's like legit. I still till this day listen and watch his stuff.
Yeah. I say it all the time. He's just so raw. Like he's just straightforward. Like I said, he cusses so much. But like he knows like it's gonna catch people's. Even when he goes to those conferences, he just lets it out, man.
Absolutely.
And Pete, you're gonna listen to what he has to say. Well, let's talk about it. So I know we just talked about Gary Vee, and obviously that's what we're going to do. We're going to have to go to a conference and hear him out. I just love his leadership, and he just gets your attention. But we were talking earlier. You mentioned something about a music video that you were in. Let's hear about that.
I wasn't in it, but of course, the homie Nikki Cortez had went to California, Los Angeles specifically, to go shoot a music video with All Films, AWWW Films, and they were such a legit, like I have never been on a set that was just so kind of like what I would expect to see in the real deal, like in the real business. They had grips, they had gaffers who are people who help you with the camera, people who set up the lights. They had like a shot list. That's where I got the shot list from. You know, before that, I never really came with a shot list or nothing like that. So I got that idea from them, which is such an elementary thing, right? You would think you would do that, But yeah, it was such a great experience, and the locations were dope. So I mean, it was like the closest that I have ever been to being on set to something that would be the real deal or something that I would want to be part of. It's such a great deal. Yeah. And those guys were telling me like, I'm like, you know, how do you like get higher prices? Mm-hmm. And he said to have a crew, you know, have someone that sets up the lights.
Yeah.
Have someone that helps you set up the camera. Because a lot of time does. I set up everything.
Dude, yeah. He walked in, he had a little cart with him.
Yeah.
I was like, man, he has a bunch of stuff.
And it would be nice to like have someone help. Yeah, so then I could talk to you while they're setting up the lights. So.
Yeah. Can I get it?
Maybe that's that's something to work towards, the vision in the next few years.
I need to. Yeah, absolutely. Because it would still like while I pursue doing movies, it would be great to keep like the business going.
Remember us little people.
Yeah, so it'd be cool to like hire somebody to like shoot videos or like edit. I really need an editor, quite honestly. Because editing, Derek, but it can be very tedious.
It's tedious. It's time consuming.
Very time consuming.
After a while, you're just like, okay, I got to stop looking at the screen.
Right.
And then the videos you do, man, like they got some crazy edits in there.
Oh, see, that's the crazier thing, right? Is that to add the edits, it already takes a long time. For example, for a music video, you're making cuts every like 1 to 3 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got like a ton of clips back to back. And then to add the effects on it, thankfully, like After Effects and Premiere Pro, I think Premiere Pro has it. They have the rotoscope where it's AI, right? So the computer will help you cut out or rotoscope whatever you want. But when I did that blank roofing one, you know what I mean? So whenever I did that commercial, like I was telling you, it took me 1 month to do like a 5 to 6 second scene because there are depending on what frame rate you're shooting at, but mostly you're shooting at 24 frames per second, which means there are 24. Like if you had to do 1 second, it's like drawing 24 times, right? Dang. So it's like I was never good at math. So if you're doing something that's like 7 seconds, just do the math on it, and it's like a lot. And I did everything by hand, right? Yeah. So like you focus on one part and you fix that one part, and then you scoot back, watch it, then you focus on another part. Man, it was super tedious. But they liked it though.
Yeah. I saw it.
It came out good. Yeah. I mean, the product was awesome. It came out really good.
It's worth it.
Yeah. So this is, I always say, my favorite part of the podcast. Number one, thank you for coming in and talking with us, man.
We appreciate it.
We've been talking about having you on, and you're just a busy man. So for you to make time to come in was awesome. It worked out. We appreciate it. This is my favorite question to ask. Now, James, you jumped into this business. You've been going full force. You're constantly growing, even and elevating till this day. And I imagine you're going to keep doing this from years to come.
Absolutely.
So what is some advice you would give to somebody who's young or older that maybe has wanted to be getting into this industry or just starting their business in general? You've been there, the scary, the ups and downs. What's that advice you'd give to them?
First off, this is kind of surreal being here because I think, I don't know if you guys, or yes, you have. Yes, you guys have visualized yourself being there because I'm telling you, I've been keeping up with all the episodes. Mm-hmm. So I kept visualizing myself like, being here. So me actually being here, I'm like, it's cool. But I was thinking about this on the way back from Fritch, not only today, but yesterday too. Because at the end of every episode, you do this, right? You ask people. So I was thinking about, like, what would I say? And the one thing, I'm probably going to name, like, 2 or 3 things right now. But the first thing is, and it's the one thing that I pray the most over myself and my family, and it's patience. Mm-hmm. To have patience, because things do take time, which is a great segue because my second piece of advice is to, like, I touched on it earlier, is to be aware that things will take time and that there's going to be bumps in the road. Yeah. But as long as you keep going and just keep being persistent and basically don't stop, you'll eventually make it there. Yeah. It may take a little bit of time. It may take a couple years, 5 years, 10 years. I don't know. Yeah. We all have different journeys, and all of our journeys are
different.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the third thing, I would probably say to live more in the moment. And what I mean by that is, like, I know it's real easy to pick up the phone and engage with the phone while you're with your family or while you're with your friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just crazy. I saw a video about this club owner in Houston who was talking about how a lot of the club goers there don't even dance anymore. Everybody's just, like, on their phones now.
Yeah.
So, like, you're missing out. Even at concerts, like, people are pulling out their phones and will record the entire 1.5 hour, 2 hour concert. Yeah. So that's probably my third piece of advice, is just like to put down that phone and just like live in that moment.
Be present.
Yeah. Thank you. That's probably the best way of putting it. Yeah. Be present.
Be present for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think that was great advice.
That's some great advice.
Yeah. Again, thank you for making time today, man. And you say this is surreal for you. Well, that makes us feel good. But honestly, it's the honor is all ours to have you on here.
I appreciate that.
We appreciate your time.
We can't wait to see the many more videos you do. And when you start doing little films, bits, hit us up.
Absolutely.
I would be down for sure.
That'd be so cool, actually.
And then you have a Bomb City. Where can people find you?
Oh, my goodness. See, this is the thing. I haven't been on social media in a long time. But I do have a Facebook page. My name, James Pompa. I actually have a Bomb City page as well, which is it's called The Cleaners because for the longest time I wanted to change my name. Right, I wanted to change it to The Cleaners, and there's a reason why, but I don't know. I like the name Bomb City. Don't get me wrong, right? But there's just a lot of businesses that have the Bomb City name in it. So, shout out to all those businesses. That's how much pride that we Amarilloans have.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll put your number up and then
if that'd be great. Yeah, have it scroll at the bottom, my phone number. That'd be great.
If anybody needs some videos, commercials, then hit him up. He does a great work.
Yeah, thank y'all so much again for letting me be on here.
Of course. The honor is all ours. Well, guys, again, it's Hustlers Horizon Podcast, episode 12. Episode 12, man, it's so much fun. We love doing this. We love the guests we have on here, and even more, we just love to hear their story and have them encourage you. Again, guys, you can catch us now. We want to announce that we are officially on Spotify and Apple Podcast, so you can find these episodes on there. So go check it out. We'll share the link, especially in the description. So that's another thing we're excited about. But again, it's Hustlers Horizon Podcast, where we hustle up, level up, shift the mindset to build a better us, build a better business. And James, thank you again for coming on.
Thank you.
Let's go.